We could scream all we want about the Gulf oil disaster. Let's just say if you haven't already tried oysters from the Gulf or shrimp, well, you'll probably never have a chance to do it ever again. So that's the end of that. But let's look at what the disaster can help us with as opposed to what it can destroy. And it can help us see and help us be able to differentiate the good from the bad. For example, while the Gulf is burning, Lynn Cheney is now beating the drums for an investigation of the Joe Sestak White House job offer scandal. Of course, the fact that lawyers from both parties admit this is a non-issue will certainly not stop her from beating that drum. But it doesn't really matter. A little blowjob in the White House was no big deal either, but it was a wonderful distraction from any real issues of the day. So while the Gulf burns, will the Joe Sestak story or some other story become Obama's blowjob? Will the Sestak story or some other inane event be used to bring down his presidency and distract him from what is necessary to deal with the largest ecological disaster this country has ever faced? If so, what will that tell us about the moral fiber of those who will spearhead an assault on the presidency based on bullshit? What will it tell us about the character of those who claim to be more moral or more patriotic or more American than the other party? As far as I'm concerned, the ultimate test of character is not what disaster you may have prevented, though there is something to be said for a person who is able to prevent disaster. To my mind, the ultimate test of character is what do you do when disaster strikes? Because it is at this moment that you must make painful, gut-wrenching decisions. Decisions that are likely to be detrimental to the decision maker in the short term, but which is likely to be the right thing to do for everyone else in the long term. So it's time to get rid of abortion as a litmus test. The Gulf of Mexico oil disaster is the real litmus test. We want to know, Democrats, Republicans, political pundits, various faux news outlets, what did you do during the Gulf oil disaster? Depending on how they acted, we'll know who we should be rallying behind, and we'll really be able to tell who has the interests of the people at heart and who is concerned solely with self-aggrandizement.